Hello everyone, this is Mr. Kissinger, and today we are on 5th grade math module 2 lesson 15. We're going to be solving two-step word problems involving measurement conversions. So we're going to be taking the measurement conversion techniques that we learned in lessons 13 and 14, and we are going to be solving word problems with them. So let's get started. It says Liza's cat had 6 kittens! Exclamation point. When Liza and her brother weighed all the kittens together, they weighed 4 pounds 2 ounces. Since all the kittens are about the same size, how many ounces does each kitten weigh? So the first thing I want to do with my word problem is I want to, right on the side of my paper here, an R, a D, and a W. This reminds me that I need to do 3 steps for my word problem. I need to read, draw, and write. So the first thing we do is read our word problem. So we read it through. I read it through once too, but let's read it carefully. And as we read, let's circle all of our numbers. Liza's cat had 6 kittens. Oh, there's a number there, so we'll circle 6. When Liza and her brother weighed all the kittens together, they weighed 4 pounds 2 ounces. Since all the kittens are about the same size, about how many ounces does each kitten weigh? So let's underline the important words now and the important phrases in our question. So Liza's cat had 6 kittens. When Liza and her brother weighed all the kittens together, so we know that's the total weight, they weighed 4 pounds 2 ounces. Since all of the kittens are about the same size, how many ounces does each kitten weigh? And I'm going to underline my units here too. I have pounds and ounces, and then I have ounces. So what could we draw to help us with solving this word problem? Well, I'm going to draw a tape diagram. Draw it like this. And I know that I have 6 kittens. 1, 2, 5, 6. All right, so I have 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one of those represents a kitten. And then I know that all together here, these are going to weigh 4 pounds. I'm going to put LB for pounds there. 4 pounds. And 2 ounces. All right, so I need to, if I want to know how many ounces each of the kittens weigh, what I'm going to want to do is I want to convert everything into ounces. So I already know I have 2 ounces. I just need to turn this 4 pounds into ounces. So I have 4 times 1 pound. And 1 pound is 16 ounces. So I need 4 times 16 ounces. So I'll have to multiply 16 times 4 and do this over here. 16 times 4, 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So I get 64 ounces. So 4 times 16, we get 64 ounces. So that's what this 4 pounds is here. And then we have to add 2 more ounces to that to get the total weight of the kittens. So this is 64 ounces here. Now we know that. And if we add 2 ounces, we get 66 ounces. So we know the total weight of the kittens in ounces is 66 ounces. And I might put that down here just so I know. 66 ounces. But that's not what I needed to find. What I needed to find out was how many ounces does each of the kittens weigh. So I need to figure out each of these kittens, if they weigh about the same, and their total weight is 66 ounces, how much does each kitten weigh? Well, I forgot to underline a word here, this word each. We know that each is going to mean we are going to either multiply or divide. Now we just need to figure out whether we're multiplying or dividing. Well, I have a total weight, and I'm splitting that weight up into groups. I'm splitting it up into the number of kittens that I have. So whenever I'm splitting into groups, I know I'm dividing. If I'm combining, I'd be multiplying. So I'm going to need to divide 66 by the number of kittens, which is 6. So how many times does 6 go into 6? 1. That goes in evenly. We subtract 0. Bring down our 6. 6 goes into 6 one time. And then 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract 6. We get 0. So we have 11 ounces each. But we still need to do our last step, which is put our answer in written form. We need to write. So it says, about how many ounces does each kitten weigh? Each kitten weighs about 11 ounces. All right, so let's move on to the next question. We're going to do the same thing here that we did on number 1. You start by putting R, D, W. So we remember that we need to read and then draw and then write. So first let's read. A container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than a container of peppercorns. Their total weight is 253 pounds. The peppercorns will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? So let's go back through it this time and we'll circle all of our numbers. A container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than a container of peppercorns. The total weight is 253 pounds. The peppercorns will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? So we know that our oregano is 17 pounds heavier. So let's make note of the unit. and the word heavier, because we know heavier is going to be a comparison word. We're going to be either adding or subtracting. Because it says pounds heavier. Now, had it said how many times heavier or how many times lighter, we might be multiplying or dividing. But because it says it is 17 pounds heavier, we know that we're going to either add or subtract. Because it says heavier, we're going to add. Then a container of peppercorns. Their total weight. Now I'm going to underline total weight because we know we're looking for a total, or we know this is going to be our total, is 253 pounds. The peppercorns will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? So let's draw. Next thing we have to do is draw. So we read, we annotated. Next thing we have to do is draw. So I'm going to use a tape diagram. And I know that the total weight of oregano and peppercorns is 253. So when I make my tape diagram, I'm going to draw it like this. And I am going to label my total 253 pounds. All right. A container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than a container of peppercorns. Their total weight is 253 pounds. The peppercorns will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? So, what is our question asking us? It says, how many bags of peppercorns can be made? Does it ask us anything about oregano? It does not ask us anything about the oregano. So we do have some extra information here that we don't need. So this is where it can be a little bit tricky. So I saw that it said a container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than the container of peppercorns. I don't need any of that information. Their total weight is 253 pounds, and the peppercorns will be sold in 1 ounce bags. How many peppercorns can be made? So I'm going to my peppercorn bags, and I know each one's going to be 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, and eventually I have 1, 2, 3 bags, and I want to know how many bags am I going to have altogether. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to convert pounds to ounces, because if I find out how many ounces are in 253 pounds, then I'll know how many 1 ounce bags I can make. In order to do that, I need to take 253 and do times 1 pound. $253 times 16 ounces. The 16 ounces is 1 pound. And now I'm ready to multiply. So I'm done with my draw. All right, 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Then I need to put my 0 in for a placeholder, because I'm not multiplying this by 1. I'm multiplying 253 by 10. 3 times 1 is 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Then we need to add these together. And we get 8, 4, 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry our 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. We'll get 4,048 ounces. Call this ounces first. And it says how many bags of peppercorns can be made if we're making 1 ounce bags. Well, 4,048 divided by ounces divided by 1 ounce bags make 4,048 bags. So it says how many bags of peppercorns can be made? 4,048 bags of peppercorns can be made. I'll box in my answers so we can find it among all this mess. And we're done with our writing part. I'll circle this answer too, box it. I always like to either circle or box my answers just so that I can be clear as to what my final answer is as opposed to my work. So we're going to wrap up there today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.